Recently, in Brandon Biggs's visions, he saw in the end times that people would be forced to implant brain chips. Those who refuse would be captured and punished. He saw a group of Christians who resisted and fled to the mountains to survive. Drones were searching for them, so they couldn't light a fire to cook food. They resorted to hunting and cooking in secret to avoid being captured. And they managed to survive for a long time. One family openly rejected the brain chip. Soldiers arrived at their house to capture them, and the wife and child eventually accepted it and had the chips implanted. But the husband, a devout Christian, refused. The soldier then chopped off his head with a large sword-like weapon, and Brandon saw his head roll in front of him. Strangely, the wife and child seemed emotionless, likely due to the chips they had been implanted with. This is a horrifying scene, but given how things have developed recently, it doesn't seem all that far-fetched. We all know that Elon Musk has been developing a lot of technologies, and Neuralink is one of them. The idea of brain-machine interfaces isn't new. People have dreamed of controlling devices with their minds for a long time. We've all seen those scientific pioneers or random professors connecting their brains to wires to control robots, machines, or record brain data into machines, often in movies. But now, we don't need to wire it up. We simply implant a chip into the brain. This could allow for monitoring and controlling brain activity, measuring chemical levels, and using brain signals to control devices, much like the Internet of Things. Imagine throwing away your keyboard and controllers while playing games, using only your mind and brain to control things. Or imagine driving a car or plane hands-free, simply by giving it brain signals to tell it where to go. Picture driving your car with brain control and telling your garage door to open or lights to turn on at home, all with just a thought. This would be amazing at first glance. In fact, videos can already be found online where players control games with their minds. However, this raises important questions. If the chips also control human emotions, then are we still human, or have we become robots? If our decision-making is affected, then are we truly alive, or are we just puppets? Interestingly, Elon Musk recently talked about AI and Neuralink. He said something like, "Human emotions are unpredictable and random at times. With Neuralink, we can eliminate some of those random factors and make emotions smoother and more stable for better performance." This is now quite unsettling because it fits the vision that Brandon saw. If the chip can control unnecessary emotions, then it's not absurd to think that the wife and child in the vision showed no reaction when witnessing the husband's death. Later, Brandon added that apart from the brain chip, he also saw visions of the so-called Antichrist using the chip to achieve his goals. It must be noted that in certain religious beliefs, people believe the Antichrist will appear during the time of tribulation, and the mark of the beast, 666, on the forehead. Many now believe this is a metaphor for brain chips that control people. This could explain why Brandon saw Christians fleeing and refusing to accept the chip. Brandon further explained that while Elon, the creator of the chip, had pure intentions, the Antichrist, rising from the Middle East, would use this technology for his own advantage. He would form a one-world government, forcing everyone to implant the chip to establish control. If this is true, it's truly frightening. Initially, the brain chips are designed with good intentions, but we must be cautious about what we implant in ourselves, especially in our brains, whether influenced by religious views or not. Normal people would likely be concerned. Who knows if this seemingly harmless chip, which is initially intended to monitor diseases or brain malfunctions, could receive an update that manipulates brain signals and emotions. We may think we're safe, But by then, it could be too late. Especially with the potential for the internet to upgrade to Starlink, where everything will be connected to satellite internet, upgrading and changing brain chips will become as easy as downloading data. The question is, will this be mere imagination, or will it become a reality? From the looks of things, it's heading that way. If it comes to that, will you choose to implant the chip and become a cyborg, or will you remain human, hiding away? Will you endure the tougher life of hiding and running, or take the easier path of surrender? If we lose our essence after the implant, does that mean our souls are no longer with our bodies, or are they trapped inside, unable to escape? Would it then be like the movie The Matrix, where people must be unplugged to wake up to the first layer of reality, physical reality? Otherwise, would we become like machines, living to work and never having the option to die and leave our bodies behind to reach the spiritual realm for rest? What are your thoughts? If it comes to that, which option would you choose? Let's hope it doesn't come to that, and that technology advances in ways that benefit humanity rather than control it. Certainly, the intentions of the innovators are good, but we can't deny that there are those with bad intentions who might try to use this technology for evil. We must be careful. And if the future is written in such a way that we will face these kinds of decisions, let's hope it won't happen in our generation, as the choices seem too severe and horrifying to make. Anyhow, stay vigilant and at peace.